who wants to recap what happened last session?
I honestly forget what happened.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the last time we played.
It was the you had a nice old little taste of Hayden's blood, Cain.
Oh yeah, that's right. We wake up and Davina realized that Hayden was kind of sick, not responding well, and she went to find Cain and ask if they could look into Hayden and see what was wrong. Uh, and so he did, and he discovered that she had this kind of blood condition, uh, like infection, and then Davina like give a quick call to a priest in the temple to come and heal Hayden. Meanwhile, Dolores was out and about in the kitchen helping everyone she could, make a good breakfast, trying to be helpful. And I think having a little bit of therapy out of it, like it does her good. So she did out for everyone too. And soon after that, uh, Cain was questioned by Davina about his recent actions with Hayden and everything. So he chose to call Anissa to the bedroom, and then he recall a little bit of his history to Anissa and Davina, and then we all go down. We have a nice breakfast and prepare a little bit for the upcoming ball that is going to happen in the Reed's Manor. Davina say Davina got like a invitation. Someone came to her house with an invitation, and then we figure out that uh, what was his name? Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn was coming out for her family, and she was doing this ball as a opportunity to do so, and she invited Davina and four more friends to come, and we discussed among ourselves, and we thought that this was the perfect opportunity to get rid of our current enemies, and hopefully be able to finish a job in protecting Curse. Well, more precisely, in to be able to turn him back and stop his transformation. And I think I don't know if it was the last session too, but we also met Nunu for the first time. Nonus.
Yes,
I don't
that
think.
was last session.
Okay, yeah. And
Gwen brought him around as well.
yeah,
Silly
and
bird man.
a scholar per se. a professor, and are really good with arcane magic and tricks that we are hoping to aid us with magic overall. Now we have a lot of magic in the party, so
A lot of healing magic as well, which made Dolores
yeah.
feel a particular way.
Well, any healing is a good healing. So
You can never have too much healing.
oh,
I only cast lesser restoration as a wizard.
that's true.
And it was exactly what was needed in that circumstance. I believe Dolores also cast Gentle Repose on Kurt, which is they're hoping to do something there. And Nonus is beginning to read every book in the library.
Yes.
The afternoon wears on as you're waiting for the ball, and eventually Miss Fallon goes round the manor with some special chocolate delights that she's been preparing for the celebratory weekend that's ahead. Each of you eat one of them and begin to feel, quite sleepy. You closed your eyes 1 second and you open them again, and the three of you are now standing in a forest.
Ooh.
A change of scenery.
Uh, is that some kind of illusion magic? The last thing I remember was eating that bomb of sugary. Could I perhaps try to understand the environment that we are in?
Absolutely, you can have a look around.
Yeah, gonna do this. Gonna try it to see what kind of forest it is. If there's an animals like close by, if safe or not.
Forgot to prepare a map for you entering, but here you are.
Humans. I assume you are in the circle. Yeah.
Yep, so you can have a look around, you can make a survival check to vibe out the place.
16.
16. You're definitely in a forest, but there's something weird about this place. The mushrooms don't look like any you've seen. There's a weird, you can't really say anything other than a weird vibe to the air in the forest. It's not a forest that you've been to before. You've been to many of the forests in Versailles.
And I assume this circle, it is indeed under us.
Yep.
Nonus, you are more knowledge in the arcane arts. Do you recognize this kind of circle? This magic circle?
Let me get a better view of it. Please step aside, and Nonus will take to the air to get a better view of the circle.
Shit, bird's eye view. You can roll history or arcana.
Arcana seems like it makes more sense here. 23.
You've read about circles like these before. They are often made by a succubus type figure, possibly Glabrezu. Yes, Glabrezu. I always forget which way the consonants go on that. They are made to channel energy into someone's dreams. They are Fey in origin.
There's a slight demeanor shift as Nonus will come back down and land. This appears to be some kind of dream creature attack. Fey in origin. Be careful and guard yourself. Do not give away anything that you are not willing to lose.
Well, it's not like we have much to lose anyway. And what is this specifically?
Yep, there is a. It's a small leather pillow, cushion, lying on the floor, which has a map of Orisier on it, on the left piece of paper, and some handwriting on the parchment on the left, on the right. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna read the parchment.
It is a poem. It says, I find my refuge in your world, reading until my eyes become blurred. Easter is almost here. Face the world with no fear. Always remember, love is your password.
Whoever put it since his predicament seems to like poesy and poetry and I don't know, riddles. And what is this map?
It's the map is of the city that you have been in for some time now.
Yeah, but is that like any difference or is like a precise?
Right. It is a bit of an older map. It doesn't. The city doesn't look quite as large as it does today. There's no legend. There's no like, this place is here. This place is here. All the streets are unnamed. There's no writing on the map at all. Actually, you can only really tell it's Orisier based on the shape of the coastline. One notable difference is that where Iron Park is today, uh, there is the drawing of a rather impressive building there.
Can I see if there's any hidden message pattern or anything on both documents?
Yeah, you can do that. That would be. Hmm, it's loading up. Yeah, that would be an investigation check.
18.
You're uncertain if there's any codes between the pair of them. It's made very hard to discern because the map has no writing on it. So if there were a correlation between the two, it's not something you can see with your eyes as they are. What about Anissa?
Right now is probably cursing the fact that they are a half elf and not a full elf because they have to sleep. And is just keeping an eye out. This is Herd Fae. They're messing with dreams. Don't like.
From the south of where you are, you hear a call. Mr. Buddy! Where are you? And a small figure, a child, crashes through the undergrowth. Oh, you're not Mr. Buddy.
I'll lower the sword because it's a child.
Are you the evil Easter chicken? She asks, looking at Nonus.
I am nobody, and I am everybody. This is a world of flux and change.
That's a good answer, mister. Have you seen my bunny? I was chasing him, and he went off, and I can't find my bunny.
How they look like?
You know, skinny, white fur ears, long ears.
I'm afraid we didn't say. Um, excuse our manners, but I'm Cain, and you are
Libby.
Libby. A pleasure to meet you.
She just kind of like waddles up and holds out a hand to shake.
Uh, I shake her hand with my gloves on. Like,
She's got a very weak
She-
grip.
can you tell me and my friends, the place we are in right now? You see, we happen to wake up in here.
It's the good place.
Come again?
I was in a forest and I was eating some mushrooms, and the mushrooms made me feel really sick. And I got really tired, and I laid down and I closed my eyes, and then I woke up and I was here. But now my tummy doesn't hurt when I eat mushrooms anymore. And there's bunnies and there's fairies. It's so fun. It's good. It's their good place. The place that is good.
Is this child saying the truth, or is
You are
have trust issues?
you are free to do an insight-based vibe check.
Yeah, I'll
I
try
have
and
to-
eye on that. I do not trust this child in the damn slightest.
Oh, thank God.
Anissa, this child, and Nonus, Anissa and Nonus, this child is not a child. This is some form of illusion. You get the sense that they are testing you out. Mavis, this is a perfectly average child. Totally believable. Absolutely, you should help her.
Well, why don't we help you out? Find your little bud, and we can help each other out to try to leave this place. What do you say?
I like that idea, Mr. Cain.
Now then, lead the way.
Well, I don't know where it went. That's my problem.
Well, I'm sure that you already looked into certain place, and we don't know the place that you already looked into. So
I
you have
looked.
to point out somewhere you didn't went yet.
Okay, yeah, I looked over here. She points to like the southeast. But yeah, I've been walking in this direction with west, west, and then I found you, but not Mr. Bunny.
Okay. Is there any footprints of a bunny or something?
You can do a survival check to look for footprints.
30. Damn.
There are just hidden next to these mushrooms, which seem to have had a couple of bites taken out of them. You see a couple of small bunny tracks.
Oh, look. We have some promised leads here.
Those can't be Mr. Bunny's footprints. They're way too small.
Well, maybe he's in a diet. Anyway, it's not like we have many leads to follow.
Maybe the mushrooms made him tiny.
That's concerning. Since you ate quite a lot.
Yes, I used to be even smaller. And then over time, a lot of time, I got bigger and bigger and bigger, and now I'm as big as I am now.
Well, I think that's growth, but sure.
You two come big as well.
Yeah, I've been the same size for quite a while.
Would you care to change that? I can always adjust size for a time.
I think I'm happy with how I am right now. It's been a while since I was this size.
Well, I'll be our eye in the sky to ensure I can keep a good watch. But that Nonus will start flying a couple feet above as we start getting ready to move.
Anissa, would you mind take the lead?
Sure, it's just mumbling. Used to guard an emperor, then I got a prince, and now I'm helping a child find a bunny. I'm fucking drugged by chocolate. What is this? Just mumbling as they walk into the forest.
You walk for quite some time until you come to a forked tree, which stands on a fork in a path. Oh, I love this one. This tree talks.
Does it now? Hello, uh, tree.
Yes. It's all the voice is almost like leaves being rustled by wind, but it creates the sound of speech.
I'm sorry to disturb you, but we're looking for a bunny. Do you happen to see where it went through?
Yes.
Could you point that out to us?
Left is left and right is wrong when right is right and left is left.
I look back at Nonus and I'd be like, care to solve this puzzle?
Hmm.
Can you do you know what it means? I never understand what the tree is saying.
It speaks in riddles.
Oh, riddles. I did one of those behind a bush earlier.
Riddles are nothing but chaos in flux, with twisting words and winding paths.
That sounds like it would be good for you then, Mr. Nonus.
That is not my name, child. You may refer to me as the Wise Raven.
Okay, Mr. the Wise Raven. Do you know what it means?
Another question, dear tree. The paths, is one... do they diverge and go in opposite directions?
Yeah.
To like an east or west?
Yeah. It's more of a north and
Which...
south.
Yeah. Which path treads to the north and which to the south?
Left is south.
Does that make sense?
Based on how you've maneuvered yourself so far, it would, yeah.
Hmm. It does not appear that it is lying in any way. That means it can be a reliable narrator. What was the riddle about the rabbit again?
Left is right, right is wrong, right is right, left is left.
This one, like,
When in doubt, we leave it to chance. Chaotic energies seem to tend to even out and set you on the correct path.
and what the
Yes.
chaotic energy is saying.
That's why I said we leave it to chance.
That's from a different campaign, mate. You're never escaping that, sorry.
Nonus will hold out a hand and with prestidigitation, create a coin with a, I think prestidigitation can create a coin. Nope. Yeah,
Last effect.
yeah, a trinket or non-magical trinket or illusionary image that fits in your hand lasts until end of your next turn. Perfect. On it would be a head and the head of Keegan Versailles, and then the bottom would be
Probably the coat of
faceless.
arms. Okay.
Yeah, that or faceless. I think Nonus would more akin to create a faceless coin.
At
So,
some point.
do we follow the left path? Who might say? And with that, he will flip a coin and ask, would you call it dear?
Who are you asking that to, sorry?
Towards the child.
Oh, Libby. Heads for left.
Shall I just go to an actual coin flipper?
Yeah, you can.
Is that online
as-
one?
Oh, for
As
sure.
Nonus
If you just Google
catches...
flip a coin, Google will
Yeah.
flip a coin for you.
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
Nonus will catch it and open his clawed hand. It seems we go right.
Okay. But the tweet said that white was wrong.
But it also said left was right and right was wrong.
But what if they
But
meant
left
that
is
left
left
was
and
right?
right is right.
Like right, not right.
They also say
You see,
left is right.
My head
in
hurts.
such a situation, if you do not like the outcome, you simply take the other way.
So which way are we going?
If you do not like the outcome of going right, then we shall go left.
Okay. Left. Left. And the child will start to dance down the path. Bye-bye, Mr. Twee.
Let's follow the child.
Fey creatures. You hear the tree sigh as you walk away.
As we watch this child dance away, Nonus will land or approach the two of them and lean in. Do not speak names. Unless you want them taken. This is your final warning. With that, Nonus will take to the air once again, following along.
In the distance, Nonus, you can see there is a... It catches your eye because there's a couple of glinting, like, rotating balls of magic, between which sits a waterfall of some form. You just can see a flash of white as something is moving about on the top.
That he'll take a dip back down. I believe I saw a flash of white upon top of a waterfall not far from here.
You seem to have an idea what it could have been?
Not entirely. It was just seemed to be swirlings of potentially magic. It could be this rabbit. Either way, I do not like this place, and the faster we get out, the better.
You follow the path for some time, and the waterfall moves closer and closer. Mr. Bunny! He's there! And the child points to the figure on top of the waterfall, which is a slender, impeccably dressed, 7-foot tall humanoid with a smattering of curly white hair, and from the top of the nest of hair protrude 2 large bunny ears.
Oh my god. Bitch say that they are a small one. It's not a small 7 foot tall.
I'm never going to be able to trust a child again in this campaign.
I can't recall the last child that you met.
Doesn't matter.
Once is enough.
Once is enough.
I guess Hayden technically counts as a child. She's like 15.
She acts like one.
Like, totally. There seem to be 2 swirling magical barriers that block stairs leading up to the top of this waterfall, where the man, while impeccably dressed, also looks quite haggard, as if he has been chased, attacked, tested. His clothes are soaking wet, as he has only been able to find refuge standing in the middle of this waterfall pond. And pacing around on the ground floor, seemingly trying to plot a way to get to him, are 4 rabbits. But rabbits with large horns coming out of their heads.
Nonus will stay about 5 feet in the air. Well,
yeah.
It would seem we have quite a conundrum here. Which one are you after, child? The one on the waterfall, or the small ones attempting to get to the bigger one?
The waterfall.
Did you say he was small? Because his feet was too small. He was supposed to be like, he was bigger. He's supposed to be bigger than this?
He must have eaten a different mushroom. And he looks like this. He's meant to be a small, cute, little rabbit.
Okay, can you hold yourself into a fight? Or do you have protection? Do you want protection?
I'm just a kid, mister. I'm gonna hide behind this bush.
Good. With that, I'm gonna slowly approach until I see that they are like,
Once you reach this line here, they're gonna notice you.
yeah, if I see like they are hostile against me too, and they don't want to talk, then I'm gonna use my transformation.
Yeah. How far up is this waterfall? Like, how tall is it?
So just pause there, Cain, because one step and they'll notice you. So the waterfall is about 30 feet tall.
Alright. Nonus is gonna look to the others and gonna give a nod as he's going to elevate to 30 feet to be on par. Is there any more discernible information he can figure out from this distance?
Yeah, it would appear that for some reason these smaller rabbits are trying to murder the man. He does finally, as you raise up, he does see you. You can see his head raises and follows you and walks forward a feet. Hey! Help!
It's enough for Nonus. He's going to begin flying towards.
At which point the bunnies are going to turn around and notice y'all. The closest one rears around, bows its head low, and you just hear it squeak really just high and harsh, and the others whip their heads around too.
I guess that means no talking.
They appear, as a druid, I'm just going to tell you this for free. They appear like these types of rabbits are not normally aggressive. In fact, they're known for their timid nature. So how they're acting right now is very, very odd. It doesn't look like they can be reasoned with, as it doesn't look like they are in a reasonable state of mind.
Great.
And with that, please roll initiative.
Okay.
Are my tokens selected? I do not. Good thing I double checked.
Okay, Anissa, you have triggered the trap card.
Hell yeah.
As you have rolled a nat 20, you can decide where on the initiative you would like to go.
Oh.
If you would like to go anywhere else.
Fuck it, I'm gonna go last. It narratively makes sense. This is so fucking confused.
Okay. Do you remind me of that in case I resort?
Oh good.
Or I could just set you to a 1. We know what the real score is. So, Mr. Bunny stretches out a hand, and in its out, like the rainbow that's between you and him some of it seems to be like sucked away towards him and forms itself around his open hand in the form of a mace made of pure shimmering light. And for his turn, he will say, "The barriers cannot hold up much longer. Get ready." And he'll hop over to one edge. Nonus.
Well, we're gonna fly 30 feet while staying at 30 feet elevation. Oops, oh no, there's my character sheet. What wonderful spells do I have access? That's not really good. I don't think anything's within range. No. Nothing's enough to be within range for worth of that. No, a mote of fire will just appear in Nonus's hand as he will throw it at this bunny over here. Does an 18 hit?
Ouchies. Yes, it does.
7 damage.
7. This rabbit seems quite unappreciative.
I don't think I have anything to do with my bonus action. I could activate that, but I don't think it's worth it.
Turn.
Yes, that's turn.
This rabbit is going to start running towards Anissa. It runs over the surface of the water and doesn't slow down. And it is going to use its action to dash all the way over to Anissa. Similarly, this rabbit is going to dash, start running towards you, Cain. What do you do?
Okay, I might be overpowering this, but I'm gonna use tidal wave on
Okay.
those 2 burn. So it's 30 feet long and 10 feet. Okay. And you see, I'm bending the water from this river, and
All right.
I'm turning the water into blood. It's gonna be a tidal wave of blood.
All right, Katara.
And let me roll. It's a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity, you say?
Yeah.
So bottom one, I think, succeeds.
Yeah, the bottom one succeed. It is let me send here. 2d4, 4d8.
Cool. Do you want to roll that damage?
That was good.
Yeah.
24. And the bottom one takes half damage.
Yes. They don't look particularly chuffed, but they also don't look as if they are particularly hurt by that. Even if one
Okay.
of them has now been knocked
And
prone.
I expect more from them, but okay. And I'm just gonna use the bonus action for Shillelagh.
Okay. this rabbit is going to... It hunkers down on its little rabbit paws, and it's staring directly up at you, Nonus. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna jump and try and gore.
It's gonna trump and try and... It's going to trump and gore you.
Oh!
So ordinarily it can multi-attack, but when it uses its bunny hop ability, it can only do it once. Does an 11 hit
That
you?
does miss.
So you are
Luckily,
unable
the
to...
mage armor helps.
Yes, you are unable to dodge, but it just... The horn just grazes your boot. And the rabbit will jump. It kind of jumps in an arc, so it lands there. And this rabbit will get up, and then it will move its full dash action, which is now half its normal, well, which would be its normal, just normal movement. It looks angry. Anissa.
Just gonna look at this rabbit. It hasn't drawn the blade or anything. Can you stop, please? I'm really confused. Can I try an animal handling on this thing?
You can certainly try.
Could be worse.
You get the sense that maybe something is glimmering through, but it still seems pissed. As you're trying to, pet it and examine it, you realize this might not actually be a rabbit. This is more like an aberration in the shape of a rabbit. But still, that natural rabbit-like essence still does affect it a little bit. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
At this point, Mr. Bunny stretches out his arms, and you see his ears grow and grow and grow until they're as big as Nonus's wings. And he's going to use that to fly all the way over here before they revert back to their previous form. Yes, this dude has a fly speed of 90. He did not dash. He takes out his mace and tries to batter this one. Both hit. I'm gonna need a second for that maths. And this rabbit is now looking quite bloodied. And Mr. Bunny looks up to you, Nonus. Do not be fooled. These things are monsters, bent by the will of something more powerful. Exterminate them at all costs.
I am aware of the whimsy of the Fae. You do not have to warn me twice.
And Mr. Bunny will look over at Anissa and kind of give Anissa that same look.
Doesn't exactly help because now she's staring at a 7-foot bloke with bunny ears.
Nonus.
Let's see here. use that.
What are you doing?
Just reading a spell.
Okay.
I can stay where I'm at. Nonus is going to point a finger as he will speak. May the ebbs of change reveal your true selves, as he's going to cast Moonbeam. It's 40 foot or 5 foot radius, so I can do on ellipses. So it'd be like it's 3 by 3 for 5 foot, right?
What? 5 foot is just 1.
What's where?
Oh, I thought this was. It's a radius though.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So I forget, is that 3 by 3 or 2 by 2?
That would be 2 by 2.
2 by 2, perfect. I will just center it like so onto these two. And then they need to make Constitution saves, and if they are shapeshifters, they take it at disadvantage.
I'm gonna guess they both fail that.
They both fail. They both take 12 radiant damage.
They are not, however, shapeshifters. 12 damage, did you say? Lovely. Well, not for them. They're not very happy.
Yeah, and then if it starts its turn, it'll take that damage. It'll have to make another save. So on their turn, they'll have to.
Yes. Anything else?
It's your turn. You can use an action to move it. Okay, not my bonus action.
No.
I don't have anything to use my bonus action on currently, and I don't want to move. I'm pretty okay here, so that's everything.
Right. Despite Anissa's attempt to calm the beast, it is going to attack you, Anissa. I'm assuming the 24 hits, yep. So the horn just piles right through you and impales itself through you, making you effectively grappled unless you can escape with a DC 14. You can choose athletics or acrobatics for that. This rabbit starts its turn. Still fails the save. Do you want to roll the damage again, Bailey?
Yep. Let me pull up the thing. Oh, whoops, that didn't decrease my second level spell. There it is. Another 12 damage.
It is going to spend its turn. And then it'll dash to get up to Cain. That'll be its turn. What do you do, Cain?
Okay, I'm going to use my action. Yeah, the symbiotic entity. So I got yeah, and I cannot do anything else. Yeah, that's um. Actually, I'm going here. Just so the other one has to walk more. But that's it.
The pettiest movement I've ever seen in a game. And I am here for it. Okay, the rabbit that has been hammered by Mr. Bunny is going to respond in kind. One of those will hit for 10 damage. The other rabbit starts its turn in the circle, fails its save, want to roll the damage again and get another 12.
If I get a third 12, that would be quite something.
Yeah.
3 in a row!
What the actual fuck are the odds? The rabbit finally reaches Cain. Anissa.
Okay. I'm just gonna pummel this rabbit into the ground. I'm not even
Things
gonna bother
acceptable to
escaping
only
grapple.
say in D&D.
Does hit?
14 does not hit.
Okay. That's it. Done.
Mr. Bunny is also going to attempt to pummel something into the ground. But being grappled is currently having a bit of an issue with that. Nonus.
Well, we have a silly little moonbeam to move. We're gonna grab it and we're gonna shove it over here to help. Because I can move it up to 60 feet as an action. So now this rabbit needs to make a saving throw.
Suck it.
That does save, but it does take half damage.
So it takes 6. Oh, it takes 6! I'm still counting that as a 12.
Yeah.
Turn.
And then Nonus will just stay where he's at. That's a nice vantage point.
Oh, I should have asked, by the way, Anissa, did you attempt to escape the grapple?
No, because that takes an action, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. That's right. Just wanted to... forgot to add the tokens for who's grappled. And as you are grappled, it is going to use its little bitey teeth. Does an 18 hit you? Wait, grappled would give you advantage, doesn't it?
I mean, an 18 would hit anyway, but
Okay.
try and see if you can get a crit.
That's what I love about
18
you.
hits.
Yeah, go on, try kill my character.
I accept it.
Okay.
Jeez. Okay, so con.
Yeah.
So I'm
Ooh.
paralyzed. I don't know whether the token is updating for you. I am updating the
Yes.
health on the sheet, and it is updating it. It's just for me, it's still
Yes.
stuck at max.
No, I know it. For me, you are reading as a 10 out of 35.
Sounds, yeah. I don't know why it isn't updating for me.
Hmm.
Oh well.
Weird. You've got the ouchies. You've got the paralyze. And then this rabbit here is going to try and skewer Cain.
Ooh, yeah.
Those
That
both
hits.
hits. 27 damage total.
Oh,
And you are grappled.
just 7 damage. All my temporary hit point went
Oh,
down.
cool.
Uh,
Still grappled.
yeah.
I was actually incorrect. Grappling does not give advantage.
Oh, well, you wouldn't have hit with the 18 anyway at
Yeah.
base.
But that's good news for the rest of you. Cain, you've currently
Okay,
got a horn sticking through your calf. What do you do?
which one is grappling me? Okay.
Top boy.
Um. I gonna. Mm, mm, I'm gonna do another tidal wave.
Okay. Like hitting yourself, or is it like, are you just ending it before it reaches you?
I think I'll. Yeah, I think I'll end before his. I'm gonna be like 30 like this,
Yeah.
and 10 like this.
The river rises up and turns darker, thicker, and uglier as it smacks into these two mad rabbits. Let's say
Or
dex
ooh,
save.
that was bad. Yeah, both fails.
When you don't roll that great in damage, it does help if they fail, doesn't it?
Yeah, and they both knock out. No, knock out. Prone.
Yes. They are both looking pretty not okay now.
I hope so.
I know it's irregular to take a break in combat, but I need to put some washing on right now. Are you guys alright to take 5-10?
Yep.
Cain had his turn. So now we go over to the rabbit that is currently impaling Mr. Bunny. Sinks his teeth in.
Moonbeam.
Moonbeam. Saves.
Takes 4 damage.
We shouldn't have
the-
had that break, otherwise it would have been 6 damage.
Yeah. Does it look like the 24 is going to hit?
Yes.
I have too many people I need to try and save. I'm going to Silvery Barbs that.
Alright.
Disadvantage on that attack. And then I will give... Hell yeah.
You turned a hit into a nat
Creature
1.
within 60 feet, so I need to be within 30 for the hypotenuse to work. I will just give Mr. Bunny himself a advantage on his next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Cool. So the rabbit has been muted in what it can do. This one is going to stand up and continue trying to skewer Cain. One hit.
Both misses.
Ooh. Anissa.
Still paralyzed.
Yep. Mr. Bunny is going to use his action to try and escape grapple. It is a DC 14.
I believe should have advantage on that from Silvery Barbs.
Thank you. And with that, he is able to escape grapple. And with that, moves over towards Anissa. But can't do anything because turn. Nonus.
I can descend while I move, or do I need to descend as a bit of the extra, like as more of a move?
Descending, I would consider part of movement. Yeah.
So I can get to here.
Mhm.
And that puts
Assuming
me.
you're not descending at all.
Yeah. Can I just fall 5 feet and then start flying again?
I'm going to allow it this once because this is a one shot, but I will look up that rule later.
Worst case, I can just back up a space. I'll still have room. I just need to be within 30 feet.
Okay. Whichever you
So
prefer.
I think then that puts me within 30 because I'm 25 feet in the air, and then I'm 15 feet over. God, where's my hypotenuse calculator?
It's been a long time since I did trig.
So I am 25 feet in the air, and
yes,
if I'm
that
15
works.
feet away,
It's
I am
29.
29.15 feet away. So I'm within 30 feet. So Nonus will head to there.
This is why I hate
Then
aarakocra. I say as someone who also plays an aarakocra.
look, I had to deal with this the entirety of last campaign. I'm kind of used to it.
Oh god,
I had the
yeah.
boots of flight for majority of it.
You did.
With that, Nonus will brandish his holy symbol. May the traveler provide sanctuary for you. And with that, I'm going to use my Channel Arcana for Twilight Sanctuary.
Mm.
So that takes my action. That also takes my Channel Arcana. And I will then... takes my action, so that is my turn. So I'm going to gain... let me actually make a hotkey for this.
I'm assuming you're granting Anissa temporary hit points.
It's whenever a creature ends their turn within the sphere. So
Cool.
Anissa would need to stay within the sphere, but this is me
I don't
trying
think
to
she's going anywhere.
do my best, yeah, to help. So this would be temp HP, and it's 1d6 plus my wizard level because silly little mechanics. Let me name that to Twilight Sanctuary. So I will gain 6 temp HP
Cool.
as I end my turn because it affects myself as well.
Yep. This wabbit is going to release Anissa from the grapple. You're still paralyzed, as you are still poisoned from its teeth, and it is going to attack Mr. Bunny instead. One of those hit. For 7. And grappled. This one was also going to stand up. Nope, not that one. And as I would say, actually, since it got knocked prone, I would assume that would release Cain from the grapple anyway.
Okay.
So it's going to attack you.
Yeah, both hit.
For 20.
Oof. Okay.
I mean 22, sorry.
Oof. Okay.
What do you do? Yes, I am. I'm seeing that bar.
uh, let's see. Is this or hold on?
Oh, that's a nice choice of color for the twilight thing.
Yeah, I gonna cast Wither and Bloom in a 10-foot radius. So I need a Constitution saving throw from both.
Oof.
That's that.
You want to roll the damage?
Yes.
2d6.
Thank you. 8, and I'm gonna heal myself for. What's my hit dice? A D8. So.
Don't forget plus con. Ooh.
Oh, thanks.
Oh no,
7.
that is plus con. Yeah, 7. You regain 7 hit points.
Yeah.
Plus your wisdom.
Oh yeah, plus your wisdom mod.
So 5.
So 12 total.
Yeah.
Bringing your HP up to 13. That's right, Cain was on 1 HP.
And with my reaction, I'm gonna use my Halo of Spores. So I need this one on the top to make a Constitution saving throw. Or take 3 damage. Yeah.
It's not quite as hurt as you'd love, but it's hurt.
And damage is there. Yeah.
What are you worried about, Cain? You went 1v1 versus a werewolf.
Yeah, well. And that's all.
Right.
Moonbeam time.
Fails.
12 damage!
Whoa! It is going to move forward slightly, hunker itself down, and is going to attempt to horn attack you, Nonus.
Oh. Well,
Well, make a
I'll use my
dexterity
reaction
saving
to
throw
silver
too.
barbs that.
Okay. Still hits.
An
I
18
think.
still hits, but
Yeah.
it's not a crit.
Yeah.
Please make a dex save though.
14.
14. So the 14, you're gonna get hit, but you're not gonna get grappled.
Hell yeah.
You are gonna take that 13 though. Okay.
So I have 6 temp HP.
It could have been worse. It could have been 20.
Oh my god.
Who are you
So
giving
6.
the check advantage to?
I'll give it to Anissa, so it's easier for them to pass their save.
Cool.
So 13 minus 6 is 3, 7. So I take 7 damage on my actual health.
Cool. Yep, this rabbit is gonna try and horn attack Cain. One
The
hits
22 hits.
for 9. Since you're already
Okay.
grappled, it doesn't grapple you. Anissa, what have you got for us?
A failed con save.
Cool.
Hey, Anissa, gain. You ended your turn in my Twilight Sanctuary. Have 10 temp HP.
Cool.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
True.
Mr. Bunny is going to reach over to you, Anissa, put a hand on your shoulder, and you feel the poison leave you and your limbs begin to move again as it uses healing touch.
Okay.
You gain 22 hit points, and you are
Ooh.
no longer paralyzed. And he just looks to you and says, "I've got this one. Help your friends," and gestures over towards Cain. Nonus.
Well, at the end of Mr. Bunny's turn, he also gets 6 temp HP from my Twilight Shroud.
Yay.
So if I want to drop 20, that means I can move. Yeah, I can move 20 feet if I want to drop 20 in. So I'm now just 5 feet above the ground.
Okay.
That rabbit's still in my moonbeam. I don't really want to move it. So I guess I'm just gonna throw.
What just happened?
Goodbye, Cain.
I do it myself, oh no. I was trying to do this.
I'm just gonna throw a firebolt at the one north of Cain. 12 probably misses.
12 does miss.
Well, that's my turn. I'll gain 11 temp HP.
You want to add yourself back to that initiative, Cain?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
You rolled a 13 last time, so just roll to add yourself back on, and I can adjust. Wait, did you roll a 13?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sight. Sorry, was that your turn, Nonus?
Yes, I'm done.
Yeah, rabbit. Gonna continue to attack. Mr. Bunny. Doesn't quite manage to sink the teeth in.
Come on, let's go.
This one's gonna try and sink its teeth into you as its current. No, sorry, you're no longer grappled, so it's going to horn attack you
Yeah, both hit.
for 24 damage.
Okay, I'm down.
Roll me a death save then, please. Don't forget,
Okay.
whisper them.
Yeah. Good luck, because I have advantage. uh. PG, okay. I don't know if it's going to. Yeah, I'm gonna roll again.
Wait, why are you rolling twice?
Because of my race, I have advantage.
Oh. Well, that's lucky for you. Moonbeam. Fails the moonbeam. Roll the 12.
Ooh.
8. Bailey, would you like to guess exactly how many hit points this rabbit had left? It's a number between 1 and 9. I mean 7 and 9.
Is that number 8?
That number is 8!
Hooray!
Ding, ding.
Burns away in the light of moonbeam.
It's an unhappy bunny. Speaking of unhappy bunnies, this thing can just attack you normally now, so it's gonna do so.
Even though I'm 5 feet off the ground.
Yeah, because it's a 5-foot radius. 5-foot reach.
Oh. Well,
For 24 damage. Unless you've got
luckily
any
I
of
had
that
11
silver-
temp HP.
Yeah.
Oof.
And then I take 13, so I'm down to that, and then I grappled even though I'm flying in the air, so it's just like pinned through my foot.
Wait, hang on. If you're incapacitated, do you still get the benefits of Twilight Sanctuary? If you're unconscious, I mean.
Just says it's only temporary HP. It's not actual healing.
Right, but I wouldn't say that temporary hit points would get you up. That's a good point. Sorry. Yep, so you would be grappled. It's now skewering your foot, basically, yeah. Anissa, you have been healed. You are hale and hearty.
Oh, cool, it's my second turn. I'm just gonna walk away. Fuck this rabbit.
Yep. It's not going to attack of opportunity you, as its horn is currently engaged with someone else's flesh.
Cool. I'll use my bonus action to. Do I have this? Yeah, I do. Thank everything. I'll healing word Cain at 2nd level. Enjoy 10.
10. Spicy.
I'm gonna stab this sodding rabbit. No, I'm not. That's my turn.
Okay. Good turn. Mace meet rabbit face. Both
Ooh.
of those hits. And in one turn, taking this thing from looking pretty hearty to bloodied. Nonus.
Remind me of grapple. My move speed is 0.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, luckily I have just the thing to break a grapple.
Ooh, Thunderwave.
No, Misty Step.
Ha!
I'm just gonna teleport another, like, 5 feet in the air. I will now be 10 feet in the air.
That does break the grapple. The creature just looks up at you confused.
What I thought. Well, that only took my bonus action. With an action. 25. And that's... No, I need to go one more over. And that's 60. Oh, sorry, I need a concentration check on that moonbeam.
Good point.
The first one, yeah, I would have passed. Well, technically both would have gone into my actual HP. Oh, I don't actually have that moonbeam.
Oh, bye,
Ooh.
Moonbeam. You served us
Because
well.
the first one would have done 2 damage into my actual HP, and then 11 damage into my actual HP. So,
Yeah.
guess I don't have a moonbeam. Instead, I'm just going to look at the one by that has stabbed me. And wait, I already used a spell. I can't use another. So
Unless it's a cantrip.
yeah.
Do you have a damaging cantrip you want to use?
Yeah, I'm deciding. Throw a firebolt at it.
27?
No, it's only supposed to be at 10.
Oh.
I don't know why advantage got toggled.
10 doesn't hit, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, Anissa, you were in my Twilight Sanctuary. If 6 is better than what you have on temp HP, have it. Mr. Rabbit also, if he needs temp HP. And then I'm ending my turn. So I will also gain 6 temp HP.
You get temp
3 ones in a
HP. You get
row,
temp
baby.
HP.
Oh my god. 6 is the new 12.
Yep. This rabbit is going to continue to try and nom at Mr. Bunny and continues to be completely ineffective at biting through what appears to just be a stylish, if quite bespoke, suit. The rabbit next to Cain, believing Cain to still be dead, is going to hop on over to Anissa and give her a little love tap. I think 1 hits.
Yeah.
For 11. You are skewered once more. Cain.
Okay. I'm gonna do another wither emblem.
Okay.
So
Right, because it's 10 on a point you choose.
yeah,
Can you link the spell again?
yeah, hold on.
Okay, that's actually
Can
a
I
10
do it?
foot radius, so it should be like this.
Oh, okay. Well then,
I'm assuming you want all of them in there.
yeah. I need a Constitution saving throw.
I mean, technically it could be a
And-
bit bigger, but for the purposes of this, it's sufficient. Both rabbits
Yeah.
fail.
It's a 2d6. Ooh, 6. And Anissa and Nonus can roll a hit dice.
I believe at the level you've cast it, it's only one creature.
Yeah.
It'll do nothing
Oh.
for me.
Yeah. I would gently
Okay.
say Nonus needs that way more.
Yeah.
So Nonus, you can roll a hit dice. 4? Is that your turn, Cain?
Plus, yeah. Plus my 5, so 9.
9 total you get.
And I'm gonna approach here. That's my turn.
Cool. Yeah, just standing in the couple of foot high water. You got soggy knees. But you have 11
Really?
HP if you temp HP if you want it.
Oh, yeah.
This rabbit is spoilt for choice right now. But it's gonna it's just an instantaneous thing, isn't it? It's not something that sticks around. Wither and bloom.
Yeah, it's just
It's gonna go for the one that looks like it's gonna be the most dangerous, which is someone in plate mail. And then it realizes it
Yeah.
just got hit from behind, and it turns around and tries to skewer Cain.
Okay, hits.
So
So
25 would hit me.
yeah, so I'll do Anissa's first, and he's choosing to not grapple you. And then turns around and does try and grapple Cain.
12. Okay.
Thank fuck for that 11 temp.
Yeah.
Anissa.
I'm just gonna ignore the one that's actually, yeah, ignore the one that's grappling me. That one.
That one looks extremely killable. That hits.
Good.
That looks pretty hecking wounded. Oh, it's on the verge of death.
Okay.
As it currently
Can-
has its horn into Cain's thigh.
Can I use my reaction because one turn passed to cast my hail of spores?
Yeah. On this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think if I see his like super fuck up, I'll try to do something.
And you succeed in murderizing it.
Oh.
You had like 3 HP left. Even on a fail, you'd have hit it.
Yeah.
Got anything else, Anissa?
Nope.
Right, Bunny Man. Gonna do a big old hit. 2 big old hits. And hey, Bunnyman's no longer grappled either. Because he has
Because Rabbit is
murderized
dead.
this one.
And don't Anissa get hit points too?
Oh,
Dealt
yes.
with that.
Okay.
And that makes it Nonus's turn. Thank you. Is the 11 for Bunnyman or for Anissa?
Oh, sorry. 11 should be for Anissa, because Anissa goes first, and then 8 for Bunny.
Oh, okay. I rolled it below the damage I did and inflict wounds. I just did it manually.
Oh, okay. In that case, 11 would be for Mr. Bunny then.
Okay.
I will throw a firebolt at this last rabbit. 12 does not hit.
Nope.
I will then take my own temp HP. Wow, I rolled another 6.
Yay!
I have refreshed my 6 temp HP.
Seeing all of its compatriots go dead, and suddenly it is a 4-on-1 fight. Anissa, you feel the horn being pulled out of your thigh as the rabbit decides to try and flee. Do you want to attack of opportunity it?
Yes.
Go for it. 16 hits. 6 damage. It not enough to kill it, but it's limping away now. It disappears into the bushes. And quietness falls upon the grove again. The only noise heard is that of the waterfall. The individual referred to as Mr. Bunny steps up to all of you, has a look around, goes over to Cain, places his hand on Cain's head, and uses healing touch on you.
Yeah, Nonus will at this point land.
For
Ooh,
25,
okay.
which I think brings you back up to max.
Yes.
I assume you would take down Twilight Thingy as well.
Yeah, it lasts for a minute. And then it would go away.
The bunny man stretches, seems to take a second to brush the blood and dust off of his suit before turning to all of you and sweeping himself into a deep bow. Thank you all for coming to save me. My name is Lupin Lapin, at your service.
You may refer to me as the Wise Raven. I do not trust this place enough to give away my actual name.
That is understandable. I've been trapped here for... I have no idea how long.
I'm gonna look towards the bush for Libby.
Libby seems to just be like sneaking along.
There seems to be a child after you. Do you know anything about it?
Lupin Lapin's face turns dark. That child is a demon!
I surmised that much.
It is a Glabrezu. Do not trust it. It has forced me into this tiny, cotton ball-shaped form for centuries, maybe. Who rules now? In the real world.
Keegan Versay is dead.
Who is Keegan Versay?
Then you have been trapped here quite a while. He was the Emperor. Unified all of the land.
Unified the land? Oh, we have stories to share, but first, it is coming. From out of the bushes, Libby will finally surface. You did such an excellent job. Come on, Mr. Bunny. It is time to resume your proper form. You see that Lupin is cringing as if he can't resist. She has something of mine. Get it from her and I will be free. Falls prone.
I believe it is time you release all of us from this little game. We have played along.
Why should I do that?
If you value your existence, I would suggest you release us. We have been able to dispatch your minions.
Nosy ones like you are always the most fun. I may be considering letting go of Mr. Bunny. He has been more trouble than he has been worth lately. But I want something from you in return.
You'll get nothing from me, but however, we may be able to bargain a pact. Would you prefer a doggy? We have someone who we need taken care of.
Who's that?
Thomas.
Thomas is long gone.
More or less, Nonus is trying to...
Nonus doesn't know who Thomas is.
strike a bargain, but we have a werewolf that we need to deal with. If we can somehow trick River Reed into making some kind of pact, kill two birds, one stone.
I do like doggies. What kind of doggy?
One that shifts when the moon is out. A regular tiny man, from what I have heard. But when the moon comes out, shifts to a very fun dog.
Very well. You may all leave this place. Take the bunny with you too. I'll watch and see this doggy for myself. She pulls something out of a pocket. It appears to be a small white plush toy. Throws it towards Nonus. Roll a dex save to catch.
I'm not catching that. I'm not touching that. Nonus does not trust it.
Then roll a dex save to dodge. DC 13.
Well,
Oh, right in the face.
tries to move out the way, but forgets the wings are
Yep.
out.
It'll hit the wing, and just falls flat, and you see it is a small plushy bunny. There's a stone in that. Give it to the doggy.
What it's gonna do?
And let me see it.
Nonus will bend down and, with a talon, first poke the rabbit and try and see the reaction of the other fellow.
Well, it seems that the second that the plushie went out of Libby's possession, Lupin has relaxed and is slowly standing up again.
As I poke it, then it doesn't look like it's hurting him.
No. It seems like it's
Very well.
contact with Libby that is that creates the connection.
Well, Nonus will take it, use a talon to slice it open, and then
There's a zip. There's a zip. It's like a hand-sized small white fluffy rabbit, and its tummy has a zip.
Oh, perfect. Then Nonus will just take the plushie, hold it up by an ear. Apologies, but I do not make pacts with your kind, nor trust you. I will hold up my end to hand over the stone, but this is no pact that I'm guaranteeing anything. Make no minced words about it.
Libby shifts her form, draws herself up to her full height, and you see now Libby for what she truly is. Very well. But if you betray me, you will rue the day. I am Liberace the Wicked. Now, run back to that little mushroom grove, give it the password, and leave my domain. And with that, Liberace vanishes down into the grass, and the wind sweeps the dust away.
That, Cain, is why you do not give that thing your name. It will steal it.
Oh, sorry, I never have been to Feywild before, if that's it. My knowledge of the world is old but limited to our realm.
Anything with the taint of the Fae is disgusting and must be reviled. It may be the realm of flux and change, but it is not a good or holy one. They are unholy abominations.
Well, there's unholy abominations in every realm.
Let us return to our actual wonderful place where change makes sense and the chaos has meaning.
Just gonna wave goodbye to Mr. Bunny.
Oh, he's gonna come with
yeah,
us.
he's definitely following you.
Okay.
We retrace our steps back to Mushroom Grove.
Along the way, he is going to begin asking you questions about the history that's happened, trying to pinpoint the exact year, or exactly how long he's been gone, since even the way in which time has been measured has changed since he was gone. He doesn't know what BU and AU are.
Yeah, Nonus will do his best as a scholar to aid him in this venture to understanding, as he is also very curious about this being and wants to learn everything he can.
Now, this world, are there many people like me that you see about?
I can't say I've seen anybody with rabbit ears, but it is a big world.
As much as I would relish embracing chaos that comes with looking different, I think I would like to reacquaint myself with the world. You see the rabbit ears just like shrinking into his head until they're gone, and just a well-dressed, young-looking man stands before you.
Well, don't be so ashamed of yourself. I mean, I look over to Nonus, which is a big word, pretty much. And then look over to myself, who's like crying blood, and I'd be like,
Yes, they'll focus on you two instead of me. I think that would be for the best. Do you disagree?
even though I don't like the
Flux and
accent.
change.
Yeah, let's go.
Back here.
These things are many.
I have not seen this hollow in. I suppose it's at least 117 years. Well, no, more like 130 odd. I would have heard of this Versailles before he became emperor. Nevertheless, gather round the circle and I shall bring us back. Now, the password is Amor.
Love.
Yes.
Yes.
But in the old tongue, my dear. And your vision begins to fade. And you wake up. Oh. Anissa, I think you would have eventually made it over somewhat near to something, so you're not just falling asleep on the floor. Cain, you wake up alone in the library. But Nonus and Anissa, you wake up in the family lounge. Alongside.
Great.
Well, this is a rather fancy room. What is this? And Lupin zeroes in on the electric light on the wall.
Oh my god.
You see, we have found a way to harness power and fire in such a way that we do not need to openly burn things for sconces anymore. We have Lucirium to thank in part. Various different things. Many inventors, many scholars have worked very hard.
Absolutely fascinating. Now, you say that this Versailles, he united all the realms. Does that include the ones above?
There seems to be an air of confusion. What do you mean above? There's just the island, or the nation of, well, the continent, and then the few islands that are off of it. For this realm?
Lupin realizes that this is a completely alien concept to you and just nods and goes, if you have not heard of the ones above, I think that's probably for the best. Anissa, you would have a spark of recollection here that Nonus wouldn't have been around for. As
Right, you mean, and then describes that whole ordeal.
which ordeal are you referring to?
The airships, the elves with wings, the massive big
Yes.
ship that the smaller ship went into.
Yes,
The
yes, that
runes.
whole ordeal. Oh, so they are not part of this realm. But they are back. That is
Right,
troubling.
buddy, I'm not gonna lie. I am half confused, half angry, and not in the mood for vague comments. Would you mind just explaining?
Cain, by the way, you woke up alone. Do you want to head downstairs, seek the rest out?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll just be like, guys, I have had really weird dream.
Lupin Lapin will sweep over, park himself on an armchair, gesture to the rest of the room as if he owns the place. If you want answers, you may sit and I shall tell you.
I think I'll stand. I have an aversion to chocolate at the minute.
Once again, Nonus will perch himself on the wooden backrest of the couch.
The ones above, the residents of that gargantuan ship that you refer to, are the stuff of legends. They are the things told in scary children's stories to get us to behave. They are monsters. It is said that if they capture outsiders, they skin them alive and use the skin to construct sails for their scouting ships. They are mad, and they were cursed out of wherever they came from, and have constructed their own living hell aboard that ship. They are twisted, evil elves that hold grudges for millennia because it seems that they do not die. But I know of no one who has met one and lived to tell the tale. It's concerning to know they are real.
Well, to be fair, they are not really interested in us.
You met some.
Well, if what you say is what I'm thinking of, yes, it, the I take out the drawing that I did back then,
There's a flash of
and
recognition. Hey, these is these are the same creatures we would see in textbooks. They have only referred to as the ones above, or the flying devils. Well, actual devils would be easy to deal with. They do nothing but wake up, train, hunt, eat, and sleep. That is their purpose.
you
Allegedly.
you you say they hold grudges uh, for centuries, and who in specific they hold grudge towards again?
The legend goes that they constructed their ship to reach closer and closer to the sun, and they required more and more magic to do so. In order to power their ship, nothing was enough. No amount of coal or wood. And they found a demon core. And that powers not just their ship, but now themselves and their own hatred. Because when Orion found out, he put a curse on their entire kind. And they are no longer welcome through the gates of hell. And of course, as anyone who was expecting to die a peaceful death, they've now become quite resentful of this. And they hold a grudge against the gods themselves.
Well,
I've never heard of such beings. Even as a scholar in our most esteemed magical college. It seems their history has been lost upon this world, or perhaps it was scoured out.
In the days of Odeus's reign, towards the end, he did seem to hoard knowledge. The writings became less and less frequent to be found in libraries. You would have to go, well, maybe in Emiesling itself, in the castle, you may find texts referring to them. That is probably where they were hoarded, if not burnt.
oh, okay. Well, it seems like it's something to look into. Although we have another priorities right now to take care of. And I just realized that again we invited another person to Davina's house without even asking her or anything.
She should learn to embrace change.
What
You
a
never met
refreshing
Davina.
view.
Lupin Lapin looks over to Nonus with a lazily curious glare. Why do you say that?
Too many people rebel against change. Yet it is a constant. Our lives are in flux always.
Indeed, nothing is permanent.
Very wise words.
Now, if you permit, I believe that I should start in your library. It seems I have some catching up to do.
Seems a good location to start. If you have any questions, as I said, I'm a scholar and a professor myself. I'm sure I can fill in any gaps or know the location of where you're able to fill in any.
Well, the history section would be appreciated. It seems I have, from what you have told me, I'm missing about 150 years of history. For Odeus Evamari was still the ruler when I disappeared.
Good luck, catch up. I think I will use this time to rest up and wait for the ball.
A
You guys know where to
ball.
find me.
How fun.
You too.
At
Oh.
that, he's just going to bow, leave, and is going to go to the private study.
At this point, Nonus is going to try double check. Does he still have the rabbit on him?
Yes.
Okay. He is going to very carefully open up the zip and try and glean the stone without touching it, leaving it within it, just trying to get like a better idea of like the size and shape of it.
As it has now been on your person for more or less an hour, when you open up the zip again, you see not only the stone, but there is also a small chocolate egg that has appeared inside.
Nonus will jump from the back of the couch, walk around to the table, footrest, I don't know
Yeah,
what
it's
it
a
is.
footrest.
And he's just going to turn the rabbit to dump both of them on the footrest without trying. Basically, doing it in such a way so he will not touch them.
Yeah, I feel you.
He does not trust these things.
On the footrest plops a about thumb-sized dark blue gem. It's very round. It looks very polished, and then yeah, just a small egg, like a Kinder Egg-sized egg.
Suspect this is how we can deal with our problem.
Which one? We seem to be collecting them.
With the problem with this river reed that you speak of, give him the
Alright.
stone, feed him the egg. If this disgusting creature wants the doggy, I'm sure they will be trapped forever.
Right, and how does that break the curse? Exactly?
Yeah, we need to kill him.
Change is in flux, constant. Do we even know that this prince wishes to be? Or this. Sorry, I don't know. Did we confirm that it is a prince?
Prince Kurt.
Okay. I forgot if Nonus confirmed that Kurt was a prince or not.
I'm sure they refer to him as a prince fairly often.
Do we even know that Kurt wishes to become. Not change? Change is constant.
Take
Is certain.
in take in mind his how do I call it? Lack of courage. I would say he would pretty much prefer to still be the thing that he's still.
Then I have a lot of work to be done once that I fully meet the fellow. Cowardice and those without courage only fear change itself. There is no reason to fear such things. For it is certain and it breeds innovation.
well, good luck. Try to talk to him. Although, even with the change, I do believe River would still have a hold upon him after the change. He would be controlled.
Since you've been in possession of it for more than an hour, you know the properties of the plush.
That's terrifying.
I don't trust that.
At this point, you see Nonus pick up the chocolate egg. Well then, it would appear the stone is just to be able to look. Perhaps if we give the stone and then stab the man, his soul will be stolen away by the Fae. There's no way to know without identifying the stone exactly what it does, and you cannot pay me enough to touch it.
Oh, why not? It's change. I thought you said that was good.
There's a difference between self-growth change, or the change of my deity, and there's a difference between the bastardization that the Fae do. They do not change for the sake of it. They change to become better people, sorry. They change to be chaotic and for the sake of it. The change I seek is self-growth, self-actualization, not the chaos and stealing of things that they have. I am no friend of the Fae, and I will destroy them in whatever way I can.
Okay, you're not insane. You're just you. Good enough.
Well, we can always pay someone to identify it. I think someone the temple can do it.
Sure.
As for this chocolate egg, does anybody fancy it? These are harmless. The plush is actually magical.
No.
I don't need food, so I'll pass.
Nonus just shrugs and will eat it himself.
It is harmless, but delicious. Sadly, also hollow. Haha, got you, that's the curse!
I'm sure this Kurt, given what you said, will enjoy this rabbit. It'll be my peace offering as I attempt to aid him in his self-actualization.
I think you would need more than that, but again, good luck on your approach. He definitely needs a steady hand to put him into shape. And what better than a professor to show him the way?
Well, there's many things I can do. And there are things to wait for and such. For now, we'll have to make a final plan. We can have time to rest some.
Indeed.
I also want to mention that when you woke up from this nap, you found yourselves completely unharmed and with all of your spell slots intact.
Oh, thank goodness.
Like it was
Because
an astral projection or a dream or some form where it wasn't really yourselves, it was versions of yourselves.
yeah, good. Because I burned all my spells off pretty much.
AKA, this was a one shot but tied into the game. So I'm not gonna derail the actual plot and your ability to complete it.
Well, I think our wonderful friend will be quite an asset to us.
If he's willing to help at all.
That is something to ascertain.
I'm pretty sure that one of your most charismatic people could convince him.
He seems quite thankful to you and is certainly in your debt.
That's true. But at the same time, we pretty much ask him to like put his life in danger. So
I mean, he's pretty handy with a mace.
indeed.
Yeah. You have completed the Easter egg hunt. And it was harmless but delicious.
And no one died.
No. And you now have a new friend with some interesting information. So we're going to call it there for this week, and fingers crossed next week. Ball time.
Oh,
And we have
yeah.
everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.